honeys, it's Yolz and welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking about hair breakage. A lot of you ask me lots of questions about solutions to hair breakage, and most of the time when I ask you simple questions like do you deep condition, how often do you wash your hair, I find that there are flaws in those small little things that actually cause your hair to break. It's the small little things that make the biggest difference in our hair sometimes. So I want to get straight into it. I want to mention 10 things that may be the cause of your hair breaking. Okay, so if you do enjoy this video, you know what to do. Give it a massive thumbs up, comment down below and let me know other ways that I may have missed out that you know that may be causing a hair breakage. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Mwah.
Hey there, it's Yolz channel.
Alrighty, number one, detangling with a fine-tooth comb all the time, or even detangling with a wide tooth comb all the time. I think the whole concept of detangling all the time is flawed. You don't have to always be in your hair. The right way to detangle actually is to detangle while your hair is moisturized. Now, here's the thing. We're all supposed to know this, and I'm sure most of us do, but thirsty hair, brittle hair equals breakage, okay? Dry, thirsty, brittle equals breakage. So a lot of the times it's so quick for us to be, chatting to our friend, and all of a sudden we're just busy detangling our hair, or we feel a knot, and all of a sudden we want to deal with it there and there. Stop right there. Don't do it. I know it's tempting. Don't even grab that white tooth comb, because the last time your hair may have been moisturized was yesterday or last night, and it may not have the right kind of moisture for you to just grab on it and pull and detangle and hair like you want to. You know what I'm saying? So stop right there. Leave that for tonight. Grab conditioner tonight, a conditioner that gives you slip. Go back to that knot, detangle properly, because now it's moisturized and now you are limiting the amount of breakage that you may possibly have. Number two feeds on to number one actually. Thirsty hair. I know some of us ladies like to wash our hair like once a month. Listen, prolonged amount of intervals between our washes do actually cause our hair to thirst and get dry. So that's why we have spurts in between, and that's why it's really important to wash your hair once a week or at least once every 2 weeks. I think it's really important for water to be, friends with our hair, because water is life, hydration is life. Can you do with a whole week without actually washing your face? No. Can you do a whole week without any sort of hydration? No. So the same goes for your hair. I think it's really, really important for us to make wash day part of our regimen. In fact, it shouldn't even be wash day, it should be wash hour or wash 2 hours, because I feel like the reason why a lot of naturals or a lot of people are steered away from the whole natural hair game, or even naturals themselves are always protective styling and hiding their hair, is because wash day seems like a mission. Wash day doesn't have to be a mission. Wash day can be wash hour, I promise you, okay? The more you do it, the more quicker it becomes, and just like any habit, you get the hang of it and it becomes part of your lifestyle. So acquaint yourself with water. Please make sure that you are washing your hair at least once a week, or like me right now, being a new mom, I do it once every 2 weeks. But I do make sure to spritz my hair here in between every day, every other day. Have either a spritz with water and oil, or water, oil and conditioner. I do have one that I made right here on this channel, so I'll link that down in the description box below. But yeah, please be friends with water. As a belief. Number three, I just touched on it also on my second point. So protective styling is absolutely amazing, right? Protective styling does grow a lot of people's hair, but it's really important to nourish in between. Someone who's a prime example of this is Fezobuhle Zulu. I love her. You guys know I'm friends with her. And listen, my friend makes sure that as much as she lives under wigs, her hair thrives under wigs. She deep conditions every week, she washes her hair every week, she nourishes it in between, she moisturizes. Her hair gets all the goodness that it needs while it is growing under protective styles. Now, if you're the type of person who just wants to, protective style and forget about their hair, listen, matting is real. And once hair is matted, we all know that matted hair is usually very, very dry. Dry hair equals brittle hair equals breakage. I keep saying this, okay? So to avoid the whole matting situation, just nourish your hair under that protective style. Even if it's twists or braids or whatever, just make sure that you're giving it enough nourishment. Nourishment could be spritzing it with water, like I mentioned earlier. It could be moisturizing in between. Something that my little sister does actually is just make sure she doesn't necessarily base her scalp, but she makes sure to either co-wash or add moisturizer to her braids when she does have braids. So just make sure that you're giving the right sort of food, because now if you are out on holiday, for instance, which is what you're giving your hair, a break, right? Protective styling. You eat, right? You drink, right? So now you give your hair some nourishment while it's on a break, on a bit of a holiday. Yeah, protective style. Okay. Number 4. Now, I could easily be a culprit of this, but I choose not to be. Over manipulating your hair. Now, there are sisters out there like myself who love rocking their afros all day, every day, all the time, because we don't protective style. But our hair is easily prone to being over manipulated. So here's what I do to avoid over manipulation, because of my little sisters who love rocking my afro all day, every day. So at night, I'll obviously braid up my hair in 4 sections if I do choose to do that. Sometimes I sleep as it is, ne? What I do is go ahead and moisturize my hands, either with oil or whatever I have, sometimes even with water, and unravel my hair. Thereafter, I moisturize. After that, I puff out my afro. I'm rocking my afro as it is, and I have let go. I've left my hair as is. I'm not playing around with my hair. I'm not touching it. Hubby wants to touch it. Hey, once a week quota is fine. Not every day touching my hair, because that too could be over manipulation, and that too could cause breakage, because we're tugging on the hair and our hair is naturally dry, as mentioned, and our hair can break easily because we are constantly in there. Number 5, something else that we don't talk about, and I know I used to really be aware of this when I was relaxed more than I am now being natural, but over moisturizing our hair can actually cause breakage. Believe it or not, if your hair is not resilient enough, so it's not strong enough to stand, it's always wet. You know, when you over moisturizing, I fry a chicken on your hair kind of vibes, your hair is prone to break because the strand is weak. So you keep pulling on it, or for instance, you are moisturizing the hair, you try tying it in a ponytail. As you're tying the ponytail, you know, when you actually take off that ponytail, at the end of the day, it comes out with hair, and it's not hair from the root, it's not shedding, it's breakage, hair from the middle of the head, because the strand was weak when you were moisturizing it. And every day you keep adding moisture. There's no whoa where you can't tell whether or not, you know, what is the stop when it comes to moisture. Hair can break during that time. So what I advise is, when you are moisturizing, make sure your hair feels healthy. It feels almost not tacky and not drenched and not wet. Okay, we're not trying to grease up our hair, we are trying to feed it. So just like when you eat, there comes a point where you are full, there needs to be that too, where your hair strand as well is, it's done, it's fine, guys. The moisture is okay. We talk about our hair being naturally dry, but it doesn't mean that we need to pour that moisture, make it drenched. No, we ain't trying to fry chicken on our hair, okay? So don't grease up your hair. It may cause breakage because your hair strand will be weak at a point where it's over moisturized. Number 6, okay, so I hear this a lot when a lot of people come with DMs saying, oh, my hair is breaking, and I'm like, oh, what's your hair routine? I shampoo once a week and then moisturize thereafter, and I'm just like, you don't condition your hair? No, what's the point of conditioner? Okay, so at which point does your hair break? Between the shampoo and the moisturization process. There's no such word as moisturization, but I just used it. Anyway, conditioning your hair is super important. Conditioner does soften our hair, and conditioner does make sure our hair is at a point where it can be manipulated thereafter. So I think it's really, really important for us to understand, especially as black people, because as kakuli no conditioner value, we used to shampoo. Yes, you can wash your hair, but after shampooing, after stripping your hair of all of its moisture, where is the middle part where you're making your hair manageable? Where is the part where you're making your hair detangleable and again I'm using words that are not in the dictionary, but it's fine, forgive me. But where's the point where your hair can be detangled and your hair can be handled with your hands between the shampooing and the moisturizing of your hair? You need to find that middle part. So conditioning your hair with a moisturizing conditioner that gives you slip is super important. Please don't miss this part. Now, you don't have to be the type of person who's like me, who believes in co-washing, but you need to pair your shampoo with a conditioner, just so that you make your hair manageable during the time where you are going to shampoo and thereafter end off with moisturizing. Okay, so please make sure that you are bridging that gap. Condition your hair every time you wash it. Number 7, little to no deep conditioning. Now, I know people who just don't believe in deep conditioning and they think that their hair will flourish. Treatments are key for our hair. A lot of you actually ask, what is deep conditioning and what is the point of deep conditioning? It's really important to give your hair some time to soak in deep moisture or deep protein so that it can get back its strength and its full nourishment, and that it can flourish essentially. Okay, so please deep condition. I do this once every 2 weeks because that's when I wash my hair, so I pair it with my wash day. When I'm back to once a week, I will deep condition once a week. Every time I wash my hair, I do believe it's really important to deep conditioning. Please do not skip deep conditioning in your hair regimen. It's really important for your hair to strengthen up, to get the right resilience and the right resistance. Okay, number 8, not balancing moisture and protein. Now, this is not really too important for us naturals because a lot of the times we need more moisture than we do protein. I think it's really paramount to balance moisture and protein even if you are natural. Now, generally I think a good protein treatment once every 8 weeks, even a light protein treatment for naturals, is perfect. Okay, you don't need it every single month. I used to do it once a month when I was relaxed because relaxer does strip, you know, it breaks those protein bonds anyway and your hair is weaker. But I think it's really important now as a natural to still gauge when your hair needs protein. When does it need protein, y'all? Well, when your hair is feeling weak. You can moisturize all you want, your hair's got the right resilience but it's got no resistance, which we just spoke about earlier. You need to get your hair to a point where it's actually strong, where the strand is fed, because our hair is made up of water and protein and it needs a good amount of protein to withstand, again, everything else that comes with the wind, the air, and everything else that does strip out the moisture, and our hair to get to a point where it is strong enough to keep on growing and growing and growing. So I'd say a good protein treatment for us naturals would be eggs, just 2 eggs whipped as they are. You don't necessarily have to use the egg yolk, but if you are strict, use just the egg yolk, and thereafter add a little bit of oil to that. Okay, mix all that together, like 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil will be good. I think that's a good amount. But otherwise, what I usually go to is standard mayonnaise from my fridge. I slap that on my hair. Now with egg, you've got to be careful because it can cook in your hair. 15 minutes is the limit. You don't want it to get too hot inside. Of course, you will cover it with a plastic bag. Wow, this earring is also talking. You cover that with a plastic bag, leave it in for 15 minutes. With mayonnaise, you can also leave it in between 20 to 30 minutes. It's really up to you, and then you rinse that off. Again, with an egg, you will rinse that off with cool water because you don't want that to cook and you have scrambled egg coming down your hair, and then you're gonna have a situation because it's natural, so it's gonna be all up in those curls and coils in between there. You don't want that situation. So wash that with cool water, whereas with mayonnaise, you just wash that off with your standard lukewarm water or hot water, whatever you prefer when you wash your hair. I generally prefer lukewarm water anyway, and thereafter you will then condition the hell out of your hair because your hair will feel a little hard because it's got protein now and it's feeling super strong. So you add moisture by conditioning. Some people even follow up with a moisturizing mask thereafter just to add that extra. Again, balance that out. Balance me, moisture and protein, balance me. That's what your hair is saying. Number 9, only moisturizing your hair when it is weak. Like, you know, those people who are just like in case of emergency kind of moisturizing, please don't be that person. Have a schedule. Know when you kind of need to be moisturizing. So every 2 days, make sure that every 2 days you're moisturizing your hair. You want your hair to get to a point where it's also used to what you're doing so that it can respond. Our hair actually listens to us, you know, and it's really important for us to also listen to our hair, but not only to do it when we are feeling like, let me just moisturize because I just watched Yolz video and her hair looks moisturized there, or her hair looks really dry. Let me moisturize for the sake of my hair not looking like that. Get a schedule together, guys. Get a routine and moisturize often. So like I say, it could be every day, it could be every other day, it could be every 3 days. Whenever your hair does say it needs moisture, and whenever you figure out when that is, make sure that it's a constant, you know, schedule. Every 3 days, every 2 days, every other day, every day, whatever it is, twice a day if you need to. Just make sure that you're not over moisturizing. We spoke about that. Number 10 is it just ties everything together. Not having a routine in place. It's really important to put together some time for your hair, just like you do with your waxing and with your nails. Girl, have a schedule with your hair, okay? Know when you are washing your hair, know when you are moisturizing your hair, know when you are deep conditioning your hair, know when you are basing your scalp if you're somebody who does believe in basing your scalp, and keep that even through protective styles, even through the times when you're not protective styling, even through the times where you're feeling like you're not sure whether what is working. You can change products, but don't change your routine just yet until you see, because I believe it's the method that actually grows your hair, not necessarily the product, okay? So until you see that this does not really necessarily work, the routine doesn't work, then you can change it, but that's only after 3 or 4 months of using a constant routine and consistently doing something over and over. That yields results. So those are the things that I believe do cause breakage a lot of the times. It's just neglect overall, or things that we just overlook and not think about. So give those 10 things a think, go through them. I will have them down in the description box as well. I'll have them listed down in the description box as well, in case you want to go back and write notes and do whatever and see what works for you. And if your hair is still breaking, like I said, please contact me, DM me or email me, and we can just re-look at your routine and try and figure out what the problem is and solve that problem. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I hope you found this video helpful. Give this video a massive thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Comment down below and let me know if I've left out anything else that you may know of that may have actually caused your hair to break and you've hopefully remedied that situation. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and join the Yolz channel family. I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching. Bye!